Welcome back to the Couch Command. Everything seems to be working fine. Sorry, we've been gone for about half a year, but life happened to like every single one of us, including people you haven't met yet. Our friend Sarah, she's going to be like kind of leading the charge and us doing like a full run of all the Fantastic Four movies. But even she, who isn't even on the podcast, had life happen, and like it's funny, like everybody's like apologizing to me, and I'm like, no, like life happened. So
I'm
no
sure
big
no
deal.
one can relate. It's been a pretty chill year for everyone.
It does include the Corman, and yeah.
All right, Corman's the best one. Corman's the only one worth watching.
I'm looking forward to finding out. It does look kind of fun. All right, with me today I have Stephen Tonelli.
Hey,
you get to say stuff.
Couch Command community, what's up?
All right. Also, I have with me Max Wallenstein.
So glad to be back.
Rock on. Okay, so what we're going to be doing today is doing Red Sonja versus Red Sonja, the original 80s versus the new 2025 one. And then we're also going to be like having those be moons orbiting the planet of Solomon Kane, which I think kind of recolors how you might look at the new Red Sonja, at least for me, but definitely not for Steven. So we're gonna go really quick down the list on like, so what do we think? Okay, like it seems that the funniest place to start to just get it right away is what each of us think of the new Red Sonja for 2025 from MJ Bassett. I'll go first.
Yeah,
I watched it twice. I beat the hell out of it the first time. I clotheslined it. I did embarrassing elbow drops. I laughed at the crap on the screen. I felt this took away from humanity at first, and then like, why did I watch it a second time? I think the biggest reason is I think the biggest reason is 11 the budget. I looked at the budget and it's an $11 million movie. Like, I don't know that's happened ever. So then like as I'm watching it, I started thinking about, so what was the intention? What were they trying to do? And how much effort did they put into each shot? Yeah.
Are you serious? 11? I thought it was higher. So that's like the budget of a good episode of Friends. That's crazy.
Not even. Yeah, I mean, Friends, like a set comedy, but like, yeah, like 11 million. So I'm watching it again, keeping that in mind, and then like saying like, like with what they had, what are they doing on screen? Are they being lazy? And like and then what I noticed was like effort in every shot. Like there's the one shot that I remember that made me go, okay, wait. MJ Bassett is trying. Like, she's putting her heart into it. It does matter. But like, so like they're like walking into the courtyard of like the evil castle, and like as they're going, the guards who are kneeling like each kind of stand up in a row as they go past them, and no one had to do that. You didn't have to. They could have just had them standing there. No, if you didn't care, but you saw like there's just like details in every shot where like the camera, with the budget they had, they tried. And I like seeing people try. Like what pisses me off is and like I was trying like I was doing some self-reflection on like, what does it take for me to say a movie's bad? Like, how bad does what is in it that makes me get really mad or like disgusted? And like, it's when I see they don't care. Thor Love and Thunder was the biggest example of it, where everybody seemed to be hating that they were doing it, making fun of the genre that they're in, and no one seemed to have love and joy for like all the money and beauty that like the production was putting into it. Here, like as Red Sonja found that one like goddess tree, like on $11 million, they tried so hard. So for me, I give it a thumbs up because of the effort behind it, if not for the outcome.
Yeah,
Steven Tonelli. No. Please, Max.
No. I want Steven to be the
Steven, what do you think?
Delicious center of this sandwich.
Red Sonja 2025 is the worst film of the millennium so far.
Come on.
Every shot, every word is absolute garbage. There is nothing redeeming in this film. $11 million. An elementary school theater club could have made a better film,
dude,
than this movie. It's absolutely hideous at every level, from the writing, from the
Hideous.
acting,
Every
from the
level.
costumes, from the environment. Nothing, nothing. Do you know what's best about this movie?
That ended.
The promo picture of Matilda Lutz in the scale mail bikini, and that's only satisfactory. Just look at the comic book. Don't waste your time with this.
He said that's
You're
only
better off
satisfactory.
checking your stool for fiber than watching this film.
God, man. God.
Devastated.
Unforgiving. All right, Max, what'd you think?
Okay. All right. So I was telling you, Keith.
Oh, wait. It was you. You're the person who made me say watch it a second time because you didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it. Yeah. It is not the worst movie I've seen this millennium. It's certainly not the worst movie I've seen in my life. Was that Avenging Disco Godfather? Or anyway, not the worst. However, I have a high tolerance for schlock, and I love me some sword and sorcery. I think it did a lot of things. It did a lot of things, and I think
things happened on the screen.
Yeah, there were some things happening. There were a lot of things attempted. I think it was way too ambitious for its budget, but I think there was some legitimate fun. I enjoyed. I enjoyed it. It was fine watch. It was like watching someone else's D&D game. So Stephen, you know I play a lot of D&D and other RPGs. This was like watching someone else's game session, and the acting was about similar, but and the story was about similar, but like it was an okay fantasy story. I have a lot of questions about a lot of the elements. I would love to know where they came from. But it's colorful. Didn't take itself too seriously while not being slapstick. And I don't know. I thought, getting into it later, I can see where some of these elements came from, and I could see where they were trying to parallel the original Red Sonja while also keep up with some of the traditional Red Sonja themes from the comic books. So I could see the effort, and like he said, like, I will give you points if you're honestly trying. And there were some people honestly trying. Not super successful all over the place. Not super successful in many places, but like at least as good as a 3 or 4 episode arc of Xena, right?
Yeah.
No, Xena is much better. You're better off watching Xena. You're better off watching this video.
So I tried to go back and watch Xena. Sorry, too much crosstalk here.
Please go for it.
I tried to go back and watch Xena. I was telling Keith this earlier, because I used to love Xena back in the 90s. I had some really good friends I'd watch that with in the dorms when I was at Illinois Tech. And I never finished the later season. So within the last 3 years, since COVID, I tried to go back and watch Xena so I could get into it and like see those last seasons. And it just tore my heart out. It was just does not hold up.
Yeah.
And so maybe I'll come back to it in another 20 years when I have different expectations for it, and it might be fun then. But
yeah, I did the same, because I love schlock and I have a high tolerance for it. And like, it was several years ago, I tried to watch Xena. I was like, like,
what is happening here?
I'll say that. Why does it look like this now? So,
yeah,
I'll say Red Sonja, is what will I say that? That's a little better than a Xena episode. Is it? What is it? I don't know if I can say that completely.
On par. Xena episodes probably ran them 100, maybe 250,000 per episode.
Yeah.
Come on. This movie's awful.
Let's see. Then next, what do you think of OG Red Sonja? I'll go first. OG Red Sonja should have been the sequel to Conan. If it was the sequel to the original Conan, I think we just had like a true franchise. I keep trying to watch Conan the Destroyer, and it doesn't hit with me ever. Like I love, like, once again, I love schlock. It's interesting how easy it is to mess it up. Like, I used to think the first Conan was like, it's just Conan, whatever. We love Arnold Schwarzenegger. Then like throughout the years, I was like, oh my god, it's so legit good and solid. Then Destroyer, I even Arnold Schwarzenegger even seemed to love the Destroyer. He's having more fun, I think. but just didn't hit. And then Red Sonja, this came along. And first of all, I gotta think we can all agree this sword is amazing. It's such a great kind of extension
Why?
of beyond like your realism. It's like we've gone all the way into fantasy, and therefore, like I have to use more of my imagination to believe that this is a good sword. But I like
Why
that
are
they
you
put
doing
more.
this to me?
I like they put design into it.
That is
I mean,
just a
Max,
weird justification.
what's the problem with this sword? It's
Okay,
it looks
my
like
feelings
a
on that sword are on par with Steven's feelings about Red Sonja 2025. It
there is
is the
nothing.
worst sword. It is like that
Oh yes.
hideous mass above the hilt. That's like kind of a moon, kind of like a hoagie like happening
Nice.
there. And
Got secret
Looks like a
runes on it.
half-eaten
the
cookie.
the
It's like
It's got
I expect to
runes.
see Cookie Monster at the end of the hilt.
so yes,
I think it's
yes.
full tang.
The sword looks like it weighs like 8 pounds, and it's a sword that should weigh about 2.5. And it's just like
Clunky as fuck.
so clunky. I mean, so if you like your like chonk tech for for computers and stuff, I can see how you might like chonky weapons, but like this doesn't do anything well. Nothing about the design makes it good at what it should be doing. Like
Yeah,
this should
I think
be a
you're saying
light,
like
fast sword, right?
the cross piece fucks up all the balance and
It
makes it.
sure does. Yeah, and so you have to use an aluminum blade, and then it shows. And then you've got this sinistral, like kind of uh, nod to the Flamberg style wavy sword, but it's not. It's like you have this waviness within a straight sword that just makes the sword like 3/4 of an inch thick or something. So it's just like you have a bludgeon with some rounding. It's just a bad sword.
I
Then
call
the
it
next
putting the
question.
broccoli in the chocolate.
Oof,
Yeah,
damn,
yeah.
Both are good
the
on their
sword is
own,
not
but
nearly that
together
bad.
it's awful. Yeah,
That sword is
it's
not
broccoli
broccoli
in
and
the
chocolate.
chocolate.
That is
That
a
is not
broccoli
do it.
chocolate sword. Yes,
that is not broccoli chocolate. That
broccoli
is,
chocolate. I love
but
it.
speaking of swords, it's kind of interesting that have you guys noticed that the new Red Sonja seems to be in the same universe as the new Conan with Jason Momoa?
Yes, I did notice that actually.
This right
That
there,
yeah. Uh-huh.
yeah, that's Conan's sword from the Jason Momoa movie,
Yeah.
which to me
Which
was
is
Because they
my
couldn't
prop
afford to
moment
make new swords. They just used some old
it's
busted
just like
props.
recycling
because
the
they,
Power Rangers armor all over sci-fi, right?
yeah, or like this is they cared, man. Like they could have like not given a shit at all. Like they like because who knows if maybe this was maybe trying to be an extension once upon a time
Mhm.
because it's been in production for a crazy amount of years. It was first supposed to be made by Robert Rodriguez and
Yeah, that's
his
right.
production
Yeah.
studio, and it went through so many hands.
I would love
And
to have seen
then
how that would have turned out.
yeah, that would have been
Much better.
yeah probably, but they try, man. Like they didn't have to have any hint whatsoever to the other one, and
Mhm.
they did it at all. Isn't
So
that
I like
neat?
some of the parallels, right? So like um well, so you had asked what we thought of the original Red Sonja. Some things I thought it did well. So like right off the bat, this is a sword and sorcery movie. Like
Mhm.
there's like some magic happening. There's this disembodied voice that's telling Sonya that there's like an evil lesbian queen who wants to hook up with her, and she was rejected. And then Gedrin murders Sonya's family, and unspeakable things are done. And then so there's like magic and ghosts and things right off the bat, and that's the environment, right? It's an old, sword and sorcery inspired by the old Howard books and stuff. I know Red Sonja's not that, but still, it's like throws you right into the environment. And I think it did that better than the new Red Sonja, where we don't have any hint that there's magic around until almost 3/4 of the way through the movie. There's a little bit of sorcery to go with the swords. There's techno magic, but that's different, and that shows up in Conan the
Techno, yeah.
Destroyer for no freaking reason. Um, but yeah, the I think Sandal Bergman as Gedrin had a lot of fun in Red Sonja 2025. I think no, I don't see anyone in new Red Sonja having that much fun. Like you could just tell she was just like gobbling up that role, right?
Yes.
Sandal Bergman being Valeria from Conan the Barbarian, and
Yes. Yeah.
right,
It was many years until I found that out.
yeah. I always appreciated that, and I know she was. They wanted her for the role of Red Sonja, and she said she wanted to be a villain this time around. I guess had a lot more fun with it.
Yep.
So respect to Sandal Bergman for that. Good choice, but the fight choreography in that movie is so bad, so bad. You have
didn't they do a good job with Ernie Reyes Jr., the little Asian boy with the sword, who was my
I will
favorite
always
character
love
in that
Ernie
movie?
Reyes Jr. in any role he's in.
That was like,
he's
yeah,
just,
he was my favorite character in that movie because, like, you know, he was my
yeah,
my character insert, and I've always wanted
yeah,
martial arts in fantasy.
yeah. My beef with that is him being in there turned it into a kids movie, right? So like Red Sonja, 1985 is 100% a kids movie, and
With
if you take him
a
out and
non-kid premise.
yeah, I mean Red Sonja would otherwise be at least a teen movie, I would say, but like
Yeah.
with the little prince in there, not so much. And then his sidekick, who looks like one of the Lost Belushi brothers. Like I don't know
Who
what
wields
that
a
guy's
bow?
doing.
Patton Oswalt.
Just
I
yeah,
thought it
he's
was
just got
Patton
this.
Oswalt.
Oh my gosh, yeah, but he's just got his bonking stick. He's running around while Ernie Reyes Jr. is doing like spin kicks and stuff against a mechanical dragon and other, like there's a lot
He
going on
was
in there
fast
too.
with that sword too. He was fast
He
with
was
that little
good.
scimitar.
Yeah, dude's got moves, and he always has.
I
Like,
had not thought of it being a kids movie as a result of him, but I was a kid back then, and that seemed like a good thing.
yeah,
Steven, what's your thoughts on the original?
So the original is a great piece of schlock. If you're into that kind of thing, it's worth the 90-minute watch. It does have its entertaining moments. They try really hard. Um, I one of the things that I think works well is they define Sonya's character. She has awful things done to her. Therefore, she hates men and she wants vengeance against men. So you
we've
can
all been there.
understand her motivations, and she goes on that journey. It makes sense. The introduction of the kid and the sidekick was, I don't know what the thinking was there. And there is a huge amount of gold in the film. And when I say gold, it's in the costumes, it's in the cloth. It's just peak 80s. There's
Yeah,
gold filigree everywhere. It's ridiculous.
yeah, like just in the
Yeah,
screenshot here.
I absolutely love the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There you go. I absolutely love how Frank Frazetta the color palette is on these movies. Like that's an
accurate.
important thing
Yeah,
that I think has gotten horribly lost. And I'll say that a strike against the new Red Sonja, which looks like straight to video rental with like cheap green
Worse
screen.
than Xena.
it's like they just borrowed a set from a local college and just like did their best with it. I'm not faulting 2025 for lack of effort. There was just
the end result.
it doesn't come together.
Was
It just doesn't come together.
Awful. It was ugly.
Or is pretty bad.
Noticeable that
know.
it is $11 million versus
Yeah.
Even at $11 million, they made such poor choices. And I get filming in Eastern Europe is much more affordable. When we start discussing Solomon Kane, we could talk about how they used a very small budget and made a lot of smart decisions. None of the decisions in Red Sonja 2025 are good ones. They're just bad decisions across the board.
Yeah.
Bad casting, bad writing, bad acting, horrendously awful production design. It's some of the worst art you could ever see. I spend time on ArtStation and you'll see just how bad this film actually is.
Right.
They could have done their effects with Unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, video game art would have looked better than this. Putting your actors in front of a green screen with a video game playing in the background would have been better than Red Sonja 2025.
We are definitely seeing the result of. I think MJ Bassett said, "Fine, fuck it, I will do it." Like it's been people have been trying so hard, and then they're like, "Somebody please just get this done." And once again, I didn't see lack of. I didn't see like the I'll say the set for that goddess tree. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad at all. I think
that's my favorite part. That's my favorite part of that's my favorite set in the movie. Again,
completely irredeemable.
Does Breath of the Wild do a better job? Yeah, of course, but they had a higher budget. So.
It's a little off topic, but have either of you watched It, Welcome to Derry?
Not yet.
I have not. No.
Okay. I bring it up because you mentioned the goddess tree. So in It, Welcome to Derry, there's a scene where someone is hiding behind a gnarled, creepy tree, watching what's happening to other people in the forest. That tree is fake and intentionally made to be gnarled and creepy and communicate something versus just setting it in the forest. With the goddess tree, they could have done the same thing. Their decision-making process and how they put together their sets and the effects and where they put their money to get the best bang for their buck is just, it's not there. It's awful.
I can see on paper, like when they're like thinking, this is her moment. This is where she'll be born twice in the movie. And therefore, we're going to put some work into it. And it was beautifully well made. I think even for the money, it is beautifully well made. And I'm going to give it, I'm going to stand on that one versus like, the lighting and set design for everything else, which even then, like the set design, like that one castle that it seems to be powered by like some kind of techno inferno.
The most easily discovered techno core in the world. What the hell was that?
Well, it's any effort at all. Like they could have just said, "Nah, it's just a castle. Don't worry about it. We'll make it's a fire pit. Leave me alone." They said no. Someone said no. I'm gonna put a little extra into it, and it does.
I feel like that whole scene was like. Go ahead. I just feel like that scene where she destroys the technocore or whatever it is, the black hole center of it. So to me that calls back to that like light powered engine of Queen Gedren's castle in the original Red Sonja. But it does such a bad job of it, and it's so easily destroyed. It's like, well, we're gonna have a big scene here. But you know what? Just throw a tire iron through the thing because this is an $11 million movie, not a $12 million movie.
Yes. Let's see. I think interesting discussion can be had around like the villains. And there's like a video essay I've been watching. I think I've shared it around versus like what are past villains like versus what are current villains like. And we can see it completely in this movie, like where Gedren is straight evil. And it's great. It's delicious. If you slice her head off, everybody's happy. Everybody's happy. Versus our bad guy here, where they try to push the false narrative of like the new world says evil isn't just evil. Evil is a result as of like situations, or evil is a reflection of bad things in the world. So like when she like forgave him at the end, I was like, no. He laughed while torturing people. You don't
break that, man.
Yeah. It was absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. And that villain, he was somehow like one of the kids that escaped, and he ended up being emperor of the world.
It's because he was smart.
How did that happen? Ugh.
I don't know if that was like
he couldn't get out of high school.
Yeah. I don't know if that was like commentary to our current like billionaire class of just being these weenies who have power for when they shouldn't, but I don't know. But that was just everything about that was not great.
He was a weenie and then backed out of being a total asshole at the very end, and like we're supposed to like think about it and like no. If something bad happens, I don't think about killing millions of people ever. I'm like, no, that's not that is not how the world works. Just let your bad guys be bad. And like I'm gonna try to put tokusatsu in here really quickly. There's an amazing episode I just watched today, brought back an old hero from the 2000s, and he's a new hero now. He's trying to help these two brothers get back together. One's good, one's evil. And like they do this process where they're all fighting together, and it's beautiful. And like that thing's supposed to happen at the end, where they all stood side by side as the bad guy fell, and then the evil brother goes bam, and like takes out both the dudes. And he's like, yes, this has been years, guys. I've been evil every one of these years.
Forgot
I'm
I'm a
still
bad guy.
evil. Yeah.
Yeah.
See you guys later. And he gets off screen, and like the good guys are like, oh my god, yeah, like I guess you can't fix that in one day. So yeah, Japan keeps on killing it. They understand how to handle their bad guys, even like making the bad guy, he was conflicted, but like they came back to the conclusion like, yeah, if we see him, kick his ass again.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep your bad
That's
guys.
good storytelling. Something we don't have any more of.
Mm-hmm.
Not in the West lately, which like
No.
me and Max have been talking. Do you think it's going to happen that the West is going to be pushed enough that like it's going to create a whiplash of creativity?
No.
Oh God, I hate when you're just
that video I sent you from Second Story, what she's explaining, that's 95% of the world now. They grew up with that mindset. They're not interested in what a writer or storyteller is trying to communicate. They're only focused on how it affects them emotionally.
Stop it, Steven.
We've created generations of retards. Can I say retards?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not politically
Especially-
okay, so like you're not allowed to say it, but we're gonna keep on going.
Well, I mean it in the pretty much. We got a lot of retards out there. I don't want to offend special needs people.
Right.
I have the highest respect for special needs people. The retards writing and reading and digesting this crap. Yeah.
You're breaking my heart and pushing that sword in just deeper and deeper.
You're totally gonna get edited out.
it's fine. It's fine. But
let's shift gears to Solomon Kane.
So real quick.
Yeah.
I think some of the redeeming qualities of both movies are fight choreography in both, especially with the extras. I don't know why Bridget Nielsen was cast for the original Red Sonja, other than she's very tall. Great. I mean, they have Tom Cruise stand on boxes all the time, and he does great. But I don't think her voice works well, and almost in the same way that Matilda Litz's voice does not work for what I want in Red Sonja, like an assertive voice, like someone who's out here to knows what needs to be done and she's gonna do it. Like neither of them have that voice. It's very soft and very very wimpy. But then as far as the fight choreography, I thought both did okay for their time. Like we obviously have much better fight choreography most of the time in modern productions because we've learned more about how to sell things and how to, and there's just been more exploration of things through HEMA, and people just have a better idea of, what actually works. They still had a couple mistakes in the new Red Sonja, old Red Sonja. You had a few people who had like their sword out in front of them, as if it's like a ward or a shield, and they're like bent way over. I see it all the time in 80s and 90s fight choreography. Usually don't see it now, and I didn't see it in the new Red Sonja. But new Red Sonja just Matilda Litz just kind of makes her weapons seem really heavy for no good reason. She's supposed to be like waifu, super fast Saudi person, because she's not jacked, right? She's not strong like
she's pretty ripped right there, but no, she's not
I mean
upper body strength able to.
Yeah, she's not how you see most Red Sonja cosplayers I think you see out there are like strong, like typically pretty strong people, and like much more so. But anyway, I thought they didn't make most of the goofy mistakes you'd see. I thought fight choreography was mostly on par with average episodes of Game of Thrones. which is okay, pretty good. Just like I thought Wallace Day, they're like Timu brand Shin Hati or whatever. The Hyborian Shin Hati was pretty good at being like believably formidable. The woman who never talked, with the white hair.
Shin Hati is a joke about Ahsoka, and yes, she does look like okay. Anyway, I'm trying to catch up.
Anyway, yeah. But yeah, I thought just like in general, the everyone at least had practiced how to fight, and fight and sell a fight within the movie. So that was for me one of the higher spots in Red Sonja 2025. At least the action, you could, there weren't people in the background like, hey, let's, like clinking swords together like you see in a lot of backgrounds in movies where people don't care. Everyone cared. They're at least trying to seem competent. So points for that. Another reason why I wasn't devastated, and personally offended by watching it. I had a good time trying to look through what everyone was doing with their weapons throughout. All right, we can go.
Yeah,
I'm going to say I also like the fights. Back. I'm going to say I also like the fights. I saw they ever put into the new one. People complain that her character shouldn't know how to fight. And I get what they're saying, but I did see that in the movie. They were like, there's a funny scene where her first fight, I think she loses, and like someone said, I thought you'd be better at this, and she was like, so did I. And I thought that was funny. So
that was good. Yeah, I did enjoy that.
Yeah, what I saw them do in the progression of her being a fighter, it was that she was a natural. Like I saw that in the choreography, they did put some effort into it. That like there's like this natural ability she had, and I saw a lot of that going into her fights. And as she fought more and more, it turned into more direct skill. So like once again, they didn't have to try, but they did try. And for the OG fights, Bridget Nielsen and whatnot, my brain can't tell bad fights back then. I fill in so much with my imagination. Yeah, like in my imagination from back then just sees it as, no man, this is the fight. This is what's going down right now. So like seeing like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Red Sonja going back and forth at it until they're both tired. To me, that was just so great.
You know what? I didn't think that was too bad. That one, I think Schwarzenegger had spent so much time with swords that I think he could help carry that. But Bridget Nielsen is just kind of not. I don't see her as super. She doesn't sell being athletic, and in the original, her fighting prowess was like bestowed on her by divine magic, the same ghost that did the whole beginning exposition in the movie. It was like, okay, here, now you can fight. Ta-da! You're the strongest woman in the world, or whatever. In the new one, she's Red Sonja is just a level 9 horse girl, and so she's athletic and knows her way around riding horses in the woods a lot, I guess. So she has a good sense of physicality, is what we're supposed to take from it. But yeah, like you said, she's picks it up, and the people who are actually competent fighters got killed right during the rebels or the gladiators who were supposed to be competent fighters paid for their competence, unfortunately, and then she kind of got promoted.
All right, so let's go on to Solomon Kane. You are a mean person, Steven. And
I'm not a mean person. These movies are awful.
Fuck this movie. Fuck this movie. Is this something on? Come here.
And Bridget Nielsen was an absolute miscast, and like that 80s mullet for the entire film just grades on me. Just like, wow. Hated it then, hate it now.
I love the flaws of the past, although like I can't see it as flaws because it's just like when I see something enough that many times in my childhood, it kind of solidifies itself into like this is exactly what it has to be.
She's like Joe Dirt's older sister.
Yes, that's hilarious.
All right,
so
moving on to Solomon Kane. Okay, sure, please.
No, I was gonna say I've seen Conan the Barbarian is at least by volume, my favorite movie ever. I've seen it well over at least over 3 dozen times. Like, not kidding. Uh, so I think it's just fantastic in so many things it does. It tries to anything it tries to attempt, it executes really well. So going to Red Sonja, where things are like, but then also if you look at Conan the Destroyer, Conan Destroyer is just a silly movie. It's just they just had a good time making it, and it's not a good movie at all.
They were very happy.
There's just a whole bunch of goofy stuff they threw in there, like a lot of these weird mechanical monsters for no good reason. It's kind of like they threw mechanical monsters for no good reason into Red Sonja, and then in the original Red Sonja, and then I feel like they felt compelled to put weird mechanical monsters for no good reason into the new Red Sonja. So
do you know why those two films are so bad?
Why?
So with Conan the Barbarian, Oliver Stone and John Milius couldn't get the financing. So they had to partner with Franco Zeffirelli. And Zeffirelli would only agree to it if Arnie signed for 3 films and he took control of the next 2. So Conan the Barbarian is Oliver Stone and John Milius. If you don't know who John Milius was, he was a part of
Mad Max?
No. Oh my gosh, Apocalypse Now.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right. So you have master storytellers with a passion project starting their careers creating Conan the Barbarian. But to do it, they had to get financing and partner with the schlock. The schlock takes control. He does Conan the Destroyer. He tells Arnold, hey, dude, you really need to buff up. You look kind of flabby for the Barbarian. I need you to actually put on some muscle. So that's why he looks more like an action toy in Destroyer. And it's why it's just an awful film. And for the third one, yes, Red Sonja. So Conan the Barbarian is something completely different from The Destroyer and Red Sonja. Both those are Franco Zeffirelli films.
So different,
it's why they're so awful.
I keep on I watch them closely and see what is the first one really doing differently? Like, how is this so hard? Like, you'll see a picture of Conan, he's sitting there just looking all like he's got a sword and he's being cool. I'm like, how hard is that to do it again? He is Conan. Him and his buddies, they go into a tomb and they got the pillars and you got the giant snake. Like, how hard is it to hey, let's do that again? And okay, and then it's just like a Three Stooges act and people just can't figure it out somehow. But yeah,
it's if you ever watch Italian science fiction films from the 70s and 80s and how schlocky they are, that's
it's kind of
Sergio Leone started
Spider-Man
something
version. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, doing fantasy just for some reason, even though it looks so clean and straightforward of yourself a dude, give him a good looking sword, let's do the quest.
Thank you.
And feel like, okay, let's do it. And it just is still hard to make it happen for some reason.
And this is why I'm terrified.
But not so much for Jonathan.
Yeah, this is why I'm terrified of them doing live action movie versions of stuff I love. So I'm
get your hands up
I
this
just
word do not.
Yes, exactly.
He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
Oh wait, I love that movie.
Why is Sheila wearing pants?
Oh, it's a very bad movie that I love. I'll go so to bat for that movie. I watched it in the theater. I walked out of it. That sucked.
That was the quintessential rated golf movie.
I love that movie. But I was gonna say there is new hope though. Okay, there's still strength in the hearts of men, and there's Solomon Kane. There's Solomon Kane. That one delivered. And to me, when I first, I forget where I saw it, where someone was just saying, "Please, Keith, you need to see this. It's a movie that no one's ever heard of. There's no advertisement for it." And I even got the disc version from Netflix once upon a time. I was like, "All right, let's take a look at this." And blew me away. I haven't seen a fantasy movie on that level for many years or years after. But I was like, MJ Bassett is here. We're doing some freaking fantasy. It's done right. Let's blow up this new genre. Let's do. And then there's nothing. the world, I think, is just it's breaking my heart with how much it's moving on, with Steven saying how much people don't care about adventure anymore. And yeah, so therefore Solomon Kane, as great as it was, it made no ripples. And then yeah, it's just like, I think the world's way too divided in their own special interests, that we don't all just have the monoculture anymore. And
This
the
movie is
greatness of
not
Solomon
criticizing
Kane
people I hate. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, but the sword work in it was so good. The artwork, the once again the Frank
Production
Frazetta
design.
color grading,
Yeah.
so fantastic. Steven, what'd you think of Solomon Kane?
I enjoyed it. I've actually watched it a few times over the years. If you like a good B fantasy adventure film, Solomon Kane is great. It tells a simple story about redemption, or a man looking for redemption that
Yeah.
he will never find it, but he still makes a heroic choice. It looks good. Production is done well. You can see that it's low budget. The special effects look dated. Hell, they look dated when it was released, but they took everything serious and they tried to make a good film. And I think they did. I recommend it. I would, yeah, suggest it to anyone who likes this sort of film. It's better than Xena.
It is.
And that's hard for me to say.
It is. Yeah.
Let's see here. I think I found a fun fact. Courtney Solomon, the director behind the disastrous and horrific Dungeons and Dragons first movie, is, oh goodness, I'm messing this up. He's a producer on either Solomon Kane or this. Oh, he's a producer on the new Red Sonja. So he's still in the game. He's still in the fantasy game, trying to make fantasy happen, and continuing to not do a good job.
Just rolling ones, always.
I'm still here, guys. Thanks, man. Thanks. But yeah, Solomon Kane, to me, was the great new hope. Max, this is your first time watching it, right?
It was, and you just about had to drive out here and mash my face into a screen and make me watch it. I did not want to watch this movie. I saw the trailer. I was like, this is like a setting I hate. This is a genre that does not look attractive to me. Everyone looks gray and like pilgrimy and awful. I thought the trailer turned me off. Everything about it was like, Max, stay away from this. You're gonna hate it. And I thought it was great. It from the jump. It was compelling. I was into it. It pulls you in right away. There's it did a lot more with the supernatural than I was expecting, and differently than I thought. I agree with Steven that the special effects could have been a lot better, even for its day. They did kind of look like video game graphics. But the character's terrific. His journey,
Really
his
quickly,
motivations were great.
On his journey, like you guys keep on saying, like, God damn, it was good. That one scene where like he's been trying to give up killing so hard, and then he's like, I got it. And he goes, is this all I am to you? And like it is so sincere and deeply hurt. And I was just like, well, it was right there that I stopped taking notes. I couldn't. There's another one of those movies where I'm like taking notes. So good. I put my phone down and just went into that adventure.
Yeah,
but yeah,
awesome.
anything else to say?
They did a great job developing his character. The writing was way better than I expected. It was good.
Thank you, Max. You reminded me. We didn't touch on Red Sonja 2025 writing and who
I think for a
that
reason.
writer is. Yes, it's horrific. What was the Witcher movie that was a standalone thing? Blood Origin, or something.
Blood Moon of the Wind.
Yeah. Let me go find the name of that writer, because that
Blood Origin, is it the same writer?
Yes.
Creators.
I don't know why they keep hiring her, but she's absolutely awful.
Is it Lauren Schmidt Histrich? That's the showrunner. The But yeah, let me see here. Red Sonja. Who's the writer? $25.5. Written by Tasha Ho.
That's her. Yes, she also wrote Blood Origin.
Let's see here. True, and the controversial Tomb Raider. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, I usually
Okay.
don't like her stuff, but I'm gonna say I don't think I saw the badness the horribleness that I saw in Witcher Blood Origin. I don't feel like I saw it. I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it here. And
I
the
think the
new Red
plot
Sonja.
could have been a lot better, but it wasn't atrocious.
Yeah,
The dialogue was just fine.
I find it bad, but I like
Yeah.
bad in my fantasy.
Yeah.
So stay away from anything written by, would you say Tasha Yo?
Tasha Ho.
Ho. Yeah.
H-U-O.
Has she done any other? Does she just write a lot of fantasy stuff and just not well, or what else is on her?
Yeah, for like Netflix level fantasy type stuff.
Okay.
And
How does she
all the
get
tropes
work?
come
How
with it.
do these people get work?
From what
I
I've been
think
watching,
often
it's friends.
it's like they're nice, right? People like working with nice people, and sometimes that matters more than it should to people who should be hired for competence.
Yep, they hang out, and like she's saying the right things. They're like they get along very well, and therefore you've got the job. Versus being a fan of the genre and being familiar with the people in it, and then finding out the new hot talent and what people actually want from fantasy.
Right. Actually knowing how to write prose.
Yeah.
Maybe she
the
offered to
writing
do it
was
for like
not the greatest.
small budget. Maybe she offered to do it for like $5,000 or something. They're like, sold.
Yeah.
Yeah, the script was not the greatest, but quite elevated by MJ Bassett's considerable effort and intention. So I think that balances things out a little bit.
Fair enough.
More gushing about Solomon Kane. The fight scenes, the sword fight scenes.
Right.
No one does dual wielding ever almost in movies, and like the way they did it was so good. It wasn't the Drish Jordan snip snap snip snap. They swung so hard. They banged brutal. Swords together.
It was great.
God, yeah, it was so good.
Yeah,
the bad guy.
They really sold
his brother.
like. Yeah, the fight scenes really sold how visceral, desperate, and how much like, if I don't make this kill shot, I'm gonna die. Or these people are gonna like every strike had all the weight of desperation, life and death, and it sold it so well.
Yep, they went hard. It was fantastic. Yeah, like I said, I fell in love with it so much. This is like my third viewing that. I wish I'd taken more notes to, say like this and that, like the camera work, the setting, the setting design, just seeing the cliffs of like Ireland or whatnot. It was just a top to bottom beautiful movie.
Yeah.
But I do agree, completely on a section of history I never ever go to. I don't like looking at it. I don't like seeing pictures of it. I don't know many stories at all that take place there that anyone wants to see.
Worst hats ever. Like just awful hat game in that century.
Have you ever read The Seventh Son?
No, that's going to turn into a movie though, right?
Right, and the movie is awful. I'd actually recommend the books. I read them to my son when he was a kid. He wanted something a little darker and creepier, but essentially, this witch hunter takes on an apprentice who's the seventh son of a seventh son. And they have to go after a witch.
Oh,
and ultimately the witch they're going after. Yeah.
Huh. Wait,
how have I not read this? Card? Yeah.
I don't think it was those.
The Seventh Son?
I was like, yeah. I was gonna say I didn't know he did fantasy, but
I don't think it was the writer.
Okay, first book of it might be a different one. It's a popular phrase, right?
While you guys are looking for that, something I noticed, I've been digging around in like classic fiction and noticing like what has been influencing what. Like I read some golden age, like 1940s science fiction that I sent to you, like Dark Star Passes, and as you read it, it's straight up anime. Like all these tropes that you see in anime, like how characters move or pose their ray guns, or how bad guys are designed. I was like, what? This is completely anime. So I read the original Solomon Kane as well, and reading the description of like how Solomon looks, dresses, moves, it was completely clear. He looks. This is exactly how he's described in the book. Like this even looks like a scene from the book, because he's usually like he's got long limbs, wide brim hat, dresses and clothes that are way too hot, and walks these paths with a long slender sword. So yeah, like as much as we love Vampire Hunter D, whoever made, I forget, I apologize, whoever made it was a Solomon Kane fan,
which is awesome.
So
it shows through.
Seventh Son is actually based on a series of books called The Last Apprentice by Joseph Delaney.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah. And I would actually recommend those books. They're YA, but they're a little bit scary, a little bit mature. They are incredibly well written. And when they first announced that film, I was super excited about it. And then I saw it, and they totally ruined it.
But there is legitimately a Seventh Son by Orson Scott Card that is a fantasy novel.
First of the Alvin Maker books. Yeah.
Yeah. So the confusion is completely, and still, I guess it still goes back to, I just didn't know Orson Scott Card did fantasy.
I just don't know how people have that many sons.
So,
like the wife a lot.
They're Catholic.
That's right.
Cool.
So that's the Orson Scott Card.
So low budget fantasy films that are pretty solid. Have you guys ever seen Season of the Witch with Nicolas Cage?
No, but I think I want to. That's a movie?
Yes, it's actually streaming on Prime right now.
Yeah.
I recommend Season of the Witch with Nicolas Cage.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, it has Ron Perlman. I'm not a Ron Perlman fan. But you could see it's a good story.
I give it a watch.
Influence. Yeah. And I'm trying to think what it needs. It probably needs a little bit of editing, but again, low budget fantasy film that's pretty solid that I will watch again and again. That's one of those films.
Oh, right. Solomon Kane. I was going to watch this on Netflix a while back, and then I think I actually started this.
There's like,
you know what? I thought it was years ago. I was going to watch this on Netflix, and I thought it was Solomon Kane, and I turned it off.
Oh. No, not this.
Not watching this. I'm not making that up. I forgot.
It's stuck into, hey, no. Get out of here, Solomon. Awesome. If I was Solomon Kane, turn it up.
Yeah.
This does look pretty good. Like I want to watch this, and like there's a couple movies like this I've passed, or like there's Season of the Witch, and then there's The Last Witch Hunter from was that bad?
Diesel.
We hate witches, man.
Yeah.
Gotta get those guys.
Oh.
So yeah, are we winding down because we're about to hit the hour mark? And
yes,
do we have anything?
You have
else
a lot to edit out.
Are we gonna edit it? Well, fine.
How much work do you want to give
with MJ? Because
yeah, I would love to hear what MJ has to say as well.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, let's wind this up. My final thoughts on all three movies and the genre of fantasy is that Stephen, God, I hope you're wrong. Please, if you ever find a hint that you might be wrong, just like call me up, Keith. I'm wrong. Suddenly, everybody likes fantasy, and this is happening, Keith. Let's get ready. And I want that to happen. I'm sorry. I believe it might, because I feel that something or other abhors a vacuum. And there's a vacuum of creativity. Yeah. Well, go please.
Are they making a new Dungeons and Dragons movie? The Honor Among Thieves?
Right now, it's a TV show on Netflix.
Yeah, there's a TV show coming.
But they're what I read was that they're having a hard time because it's so big and they don't know what to do,
Uh,
which
it
says
was
to me
so
they
fun,
don't have people that know Dungeons and Dragons.
You
right?
gotta figure, like,
No,
Because
we've talked
exactly.
about this
Yeah.
before.
yeah,
Figure out how to, like, is it that impossible to make a good movie for $40 million now? Is it just
no,
completely
it's
impossible?
super
I could do
easy.
it.
Barely an inconvenience.
Just,
Yeah, like,
I'll
stop
find a
aiming
way.
for like $120 million and like, yeah, I think that's what's needed. But yeah,
Mhm.
like, I feel like you didn't, Steven, you said like you saw like reports on like how audiences are somehow, like, it's hard for me to even say it, like, don't care about adventure. Like, that's not even like a thing to
Yeah.
me. Like, everybody always cares and should.
It's something you have to pay attention to. And now films and television shows are built around the distracted viewer. So as you're watching the show,
I saw
they're
that.
anticipating that you're on your phone or you're doing something else. So they have to
Oh,
be
I hate that.
repetitive and really dumb down what's happening.
I think Kate
So they,
Sackhoff said something like about this. She was like, yeah, like,
Hmm.
it came down to it.
this,
They came to us and they're saying like, no, you have to make this so that someone might be looking at their phone. You can't.
right.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah, actually she was
That's
discussing that
painful.
and she
Yeah.
was saying how it broke her working on The Mandalorian because of this crap.
Mm, but yeah, so in my fantasy world, eventually it's gonna hit a tipping point where people are like, I can't take this anymore. I need some adventure, excitement, and creativity, and people are gonna be like, stand up. You know what? You're right. And like, I think it's happened before. Like, that's what in civilizations, like, things go back, they contract, they come back. So I'm just hoping that we get like a good
Hmm.
resurgence of great art, and that Japan goes, whoa, oh my God, now they're trying, and now we go back to having a rivalry, and please, and like, yeah, like, MJ Bassett, if you see this, I appreciate the effort. And I think you still got the chops, and you need the budget to make it happen. All right, Steven, your final thoughts on the genre in these movies.
I Red Sonja 2025, don't waste your time. Red Sonja 1985, if you're in the mood for something really cheesy, take a watch. Of all the films, Solomon Kane is what I'd recommend.
Mhm.
It's a dark fantasy. Yes, it's low budget, but it tells a good story. It's entertaining, and you can watch it again and again. It does not disappoint. It's a pleasant surprise.
Which is always fun to see. All right, and then Max, your final thoughts on
Yeah.
fantasy.
I think, well, we've talked about this before. I think one of the big failings in movies, television, around fantasy is people are afraid to take risks because these movies have such high budgets. Because it's, if you just completely fumble a $250 million movie, people are coming for your head. If you completely fumble a movie that's less than 20 million, you took a shot. You took some risks. I think they didn't take enough risks. I think they didn't really shoot the moon enough when they were making Red Sonja 2025. I think they played it safe too many times. But you know, no harm, no foul, right? You don't have investors coming for your head for that. You can put Hollywood bake sale or whatever can cover that. So I like seeing people going for swinging for maybe not the fences, but at least trying to hit an infield double with some low budget movies. So I want to see more of this. I would love to see more kind of freshman efforts that are trying new things. I don't love that they tried remaking old things. I don't want to see someone try and remake Conan. I will come for them. Cull, like, leave that alone. These things are awesome because that's how leave awesome things as they were. If they make a new Lady Hawk, I think Keith it'll kill you in your sleep. But
Sword and the Sorcerer, Lady Hawk, yeah,
yeah,
it's good.
okay, fair enough. Yeah, Sword and Sorcerer, I will
Oh yes, I
personally
will
go give some
proceed on
advice on that
foot to kill
god
you.
awful
I'll
sword.
proceed on foot.
Yeah. God, I hate
I'm on
that
my
sword
way
so
to kill
much.
you.
But
The
anyway,
Tri-Sword
yeah,
is the truth.
I want to see more risks. I want to see people try and tell some zany stories. This kind of goes back to for me, I love the new Superman movie because it was unabashedly a comic book movie, and they just went nuts with that. They put in all sorts of comic book stuff that I think people normally are afraid to take risks on, because they're afraid of turning the audience off. Here they leaned into it. They lean into the genre. I want to see people lean into the sword and sorcery genre and not try to, be embarrassed about what it is. Like, just go for it. Make some zany, crazy stories.
Yeah, which you can always get anytime you want in Japan. Like, they're just
That's true.
every week.
That's true.
Oh yeah, you mean like this? And they're just cranking it out. So yeah, great discussion, guys. Glad I had you on. Glad we finally did this because this is our like 5th or 6th try to do the podcast,
Right.
and we still missed Matt, who should
Still
be here,
miss
MJ.
Matt.
Yeah, so
Everyone's always sick or busy when they want to talk about Red Sonja 2025. Can you blame them?
Even though the movie sucked, there will be a part 2 to this discussion because MJ did a ton of research and we want to get his word on it. So, all right, then
Stop recording.
Stop recording? No. We're getting in. Yeah, we're closing this out. Just doing quick recommendations. I would recommend this game called Dispatch that I'm playing right now. It just came out. Basically, if you like the show Invincible, it's a whole lot of like just watching an animated show, and eventually it takes you to a place where you're in a desk, which you're sitting at your desk, and you're dispatching superheroes to situations and taking calls. And it's hilarious, it's beautiful, it's fun, and like the writing is some of the best we've seen in a long time. So yeah, I highly recommend it. Yeah. It's episodic. Steven, got anything nerdly to recommend?
I'm going to recommend Blame. You kept bringing up Japanese storytelling, and I don't know if you've seen it, but Netflix has an anime called Blame. It's phenomenal. It's one of the best science fiction stories I've ever seen. I've watched it a few times. I picked up all the manga by the author. It is very dark and dystopian, but it is mind-blowingly awesome science fiction. It is at a level of science fiction that you would expect from like Asimov and Clarke and Herbert, those kinds of things. It's very, don't be misguided by kind of the cutesy villager type thing going on. This is a mind-blowing animation.
Damn, dude.
Blame on Netflix.
And I don't think I've had you recommend an anime to me ever. So, I mean, yeah, do you watch anime a lot at all?
Not much. How does
hit one reach your radar?
Because it doesn't have any cutesy bullcrap in it. The big-eyed, squeaky voice stuff, I can't stand. The cute little sidekick. I mean, child of the 80s. I like big robots. I like cerebral, mature storylines. And so Ghost in the Shell, Akira, MC Geist.
MD Geist, yeah.
It's been a while.
No, for all of us, I definitely haven't seen it.
30 years, I think, was the last time I saw it.
Yeah, so it's like I like very mature storytelling and beautiful art, and that works for me. Most anime is fun and cutesy and over-the-top elements. That doesn't have so much appeal for me. Blame, I can't recommend enough. If I could own that, I would on hard media.
Damn, dude. And you said punches the weight class as Gasimov?
Yeah.
That is
you have to watch it twice to catch all the innuendos and everything that's actually happening and give it some thought.
Damn, dude. All right.
Yeah.
That's on my radar. Max, anything to recommend?
I'm never like first into anything, as you know. But I've been playing Pathfinder: Wrath of the Righteous. That's just a fun story. I don't get a ton of time for video gaming, but when I do, it's nice and immersive, and there's just a flood of different options to take the story, and it makes you really feel like you're in charge of where the story is going, which is pretty great. Speaking of anime, this is cutesy, so Steven, you might hate it, but I really enjoyed season 1 of Delicious in Dungeon.
Oh
Big
yeah.
D&D geek here, but I just loved the concept of like wandering around a dungeon. You're stuck there, so what are you going to do? You're going to eat some monsters. So you're trying to figure out what monsters are safe to eat, and then like they've got this guy who's like a dungeon gourmet with them, and it's almost like a cooking show with some good action fights and some anime silliness. It's very charming. It's I'm pretty sure they didn't have like 48-year-old dudes as the target audience, but I very much
I don't know
enjoyed
about
it.
that. I don't know, but like,
I
yeah, I've heard a lot of people loving this anime.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it showed up on my radar a couple of times. I haven't checked it out, but I might give it a shot. Thank you, Matt.
it's pretty charming. Yeah.
Indeed, indeed. All right, then. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us. Thank you guys for being on the podcast. We finally got this done,
Yes.
and looking forward to some more in the future. That has been the Couch Command. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you next time. Take it easy.